What is up, people, and welcome back to the channel. So let's talk a bit more on this roll cage for this car. So this is a Miglia T45 full spec cage for current regs for the Miglias. So what I've started to do, fucking hands are filthy, is I've started, started to clean all the tube down. So I clean it all off with brake cleaner and rags, get all the oil off, and then, as you know, you have to clean the ends. So you have to clean every joint to get rid of the coating that's on the steel, so you get down to nice clean steel. Because if you don't do this, you'll get contamination in the weld. I mean, it's not necessary, but you really want to do it. So wherever there's a bar that joins to a bar, clean it, and then run over it like a Scotch-Brite, like one of these, and then clean it again. And then before you put it in the car, just give it a little wipe again. And the inside. So you'll clean just inside here. A lot of people forget the inside. And when you heat up, when you start welding, it burns up the oil that's on the inside. The smoke comes through, contaminates your welding gas. Porosity. So anyway, what I've decided to show you is the magnitude of the task we are undertaking with this car. So if you imagine, that is a main hoop that is sitting there. So this corner has to go inside, probably about here. There's got to be a bit of gap between the roof. So we've got to probably chop off, a good 3 inches off the bottom of the feet. Easy 3 inches, right? Now the bottom of this cage, as I stated before, so it's shaped to the sill, but it's also shaped to lean backwards. See how it's slightly elliptic? So this main hoop leans back. So let me show you this bar. This is the fixed diagonal for inside the main hoop, which sits there. Let me get a magnet. So we'll use a clamp and a magnet. So I'll put that there, like so. A bit tricky for you to see. And then I'll put that in there, that in there, push that up until it sits. Clamp under the bottom. Right, so that is the diagonal. It's nearly in the right place, yeah? As you can see, that's up in that corner. That's down in that corner, yeah? And then another bar intersects there, which I'm guessing is the bottom door bar. But we've got to chop off 3 inches or so, maybe more, because of the angle of the sill. Well, definitely, we've also got to cut off this distance. That distance plus this distance. So this isn't going to be here, right? So this bar, straight away, is not going to fit anymore. But look more into what we've got here. This cage comes down and then squares up. We're chopping off the squared part. So that'll be gone. So now also the cage is slightly narrower. Now, I'll show you this. These are the door bars, top and bottom, yeah? My cage, because my main hoop stands vertical, my top and bottom door bars are the same length. But these aren't, because his main hoop leans backwards, right? So just think. So the front leg comes up straight, and the back one is at an angle. But as I cut that down, it comes straight down. It doesn't slide, it comes straight down. So now the door bars won't reach. Because the main hoop's coming vertically down, it's further away now from that bar. So we've got door bars that won't reach, diagonals that won't fit. We've then got, I think there's also one of these bars. I don't know which ones it is. It might be these two. I'm sure there's one that goes along the sill. It's not going to be long enough. He won't reach. Can you start to see the issues we're going to have? And also, from where this main hoop stands, in a normal car, that distance there is a lot longer because this is normally lower, or the shell is higher because this distance here is bigger. So now that is too long. But if we chop it down, it will then become too short in this dimension. So it's got to swing up. So none of the notches will fit. Well, then there's also a triangle that goes in the back here, comes from the middle down. That's not going to fit because we've got to swing that up. And as we cut it down, it will become narrower in the back. So those notches aren't going to fit. Can you see why it's come to me? And the only reason we've got this cage is for its material factor. Probably 90% of this cage won't fit. Do you know what I mean? We might have to shorten this leg here, right, to bring the main hoop forward so the door bars reach. Or we've got to straighten the main hoop up until the door bars reach. Either that, or I've got to make new door bars. But then you think, that's not that bad. This here is the cutout for what I think is these. I think it's these bars, which go here. Yeah? These are the anti-intrusion bars, right, that I've started putting in there. And I'll just show you on my car. Shall I? So I've put them in mine as well. These bars, these anti-intrusion bars. Right, well, you may think, Matthew, that will fit. But it won't. Because that joint is going to be in a different position. It's going to be higher up the tube because we're lobbing the bottom off. So this won't fit into there because that notch will be in the wrong place. Can you start to see? His location for his top door bar won't work for us because the bottom door bar is going to push the top door bar up. So the top door bar will be in a different position altogether. Okay? I think the bar that will fit is the screen bar across the top. There's a screen bar down here. That should fit. The roof bars, if we have to alter the degree or the position that way of the main hoop, the roof bars won't fit. So anything from this front leg forward won't really fit anyway, because on the miglias, they cut into the body here, yeah? And it comes through, and then they run a bead of weld around it. I can't do that because it's fiberglass. And I don't want to cut any strength out of this. So that bar won't fit. His miglia are single top, yeah? Well, there is normally a plate that goes across there, which is the bulkhead. So the back of this in here, the other side of this. Now, there's nothing in this kit that ties the front subframe into the cage. I think it just welds to a plate, which is one of those 2 square plates, on the inside of the bulkhead. I haven't got any of that. Yeah, so I've got to make new bars to the front that tie in to the subframe. But because that new bar's got to follow around the inside of the inner flitch, the upright bar, which is also one of these, I think, won't fit because the angle's in the wrong place. So can you see? I'm just trying to explain the massive task we have got here to fit this cage. Yeah. So it's not as simple as buying an Endaf's cage. Well, not sorry. There's no point mentioning Endaf. It's just a cage. Do you know what I mean? So what I have got is this main hoop. This is one of my main hoops. This is one I made. What did I make it for? I can't remember what I made it for. But I made it and it ended up being a spare. So what I'm going to do is make that main hoop fit this car. So from the bend here, it's identical. This here won't make any difference that this hasn't got it in, because this will just have a gap between the roof. So I'm going to make this one fit the car before I cut the Owens one. You know what I mean? Well, the custom cage. This is actually a custom cages kit. I think it was designed and tested by Owens, but it's an actual custom cages kit supplied by Endaf Owens. So yeah, this is a video to show the enormity of what we are trying to achieve. Oh, also, we've got to tie it to those. I don't think Endaf does. He ties it to the wheel arch. So we've also got to make the pieces for there, because the pieces I thought for there, these, Endaf told me these go there on the heel board to tie in the subframe. But it's got a beam axle on it, so those holes are in a different place. So these are going to be different there. I don't know which bar goes across there yet. It's one of these. So yeah, we've also got to do that. He also wants a bar that goes across here that ties into the fuel tank mounts, the top 2 rear mounts. We've got to make that. We have also got to make a framework in the front to hold his pedal box. He wants sill stands on, but I am slightly thinking we don't want them. I'm still going to potentially have them in the back of my mind, but I don't think this car is going to justify having sill stands. It's not a race car. It's on coilovers, not donuts. The main reason you keep one of these cars on sill stands is if you're working on it or you've got rubber donuts, because rubber donuts compress over time when the car's left standing. I don't think it's going to be worth trying to get them all square, but we'll see. If I want to chuck them in, I'll chuck them in. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is the video after the video about the cage, which is more information about the cage. But just remember, if you are building a roll cage, clean your tube. Clean it with brake cleaner. They do say don't use brake cleaner because it gives off a chemical when you burn it. But I use an air-fed mask, so it's not really an issue for me. And then Scotch Brite your ends, clean it again. Before you stick it in, just clean it again. I would have put these in my new lathe, but my lathe only does a 38mm tube, not a 40mm. So yeah, is that a good bit of information? I think I'm trying to explain the magnitude of what we've got to do. Plus, it's a fire hazard because it's fiberglass. It's not new fiberglass either, it's old fiberglass. So it's going to be tricky not to set fire to it whilst we're trying to build it. And I'm going to try, I've got some T45 over there, try out my new welder and see if I feel comfortable welding this with the new welder, because I know the settings for the old welder. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it, and we are going to start chopping stuff. I've got to get I brought a new bandsaw I'm picking up Sunday. I've got to get my little bandsaw and the bender back from the big unit, because we're not using the tube bender down there at the minute. And if I put any of my bars in here, it's going to be 38 because I don't have 40. But these, we've got two different sizes here. We've got the skinny stuff, which doesn't help now because I've cleaned a lot of the writing off. So the skinny stuff and the bigger stuff. So 38 should be fine. It's probably like 30mm or 32, that stuff. So I've got to get the bender back and my small saw so we can set up angles better. Right then, I'm off. I'm going to give in for the day because my arms are pumping from cleaning. And I'll catch you in the next one, people. See you later.